before going to bed, have you ever thought to yourself that tomorrow I'll change? I'll wake up early in the morning, go for a morning jog, be productive, eat a healthy meal, and finish all my schoolwork. Tomorrow is going to be the day where I become the best version of myself. I'm sure that deep down we are always trying to get better and improve ourselves, but change itself is hard, and it is easier said than done. Now, your life is literally in your hands and your hands only. Nobody is coming to save you, not even your mom or your dad. If you want your life to change, you have to change yourself. Now, before continuing my talk here, speaking from my experience, I've always wanted to better myself. So one night, I was browsing through YouTube, and then I came across Ellie's YouTube video, and it was about self-motivation. So of course, I clicked on it. And that was the moment that changed my life. So I would like to say that I believe that nobody is the same person as they were when they were born. Everybody is changing every single day, all around the world. And if you say that you don't like this version of yourself, then create a new version of yourself. The world cannot change for you, but you can change the world. Zig Ziglar once said that everybody wants the same thing in life. They want to be happy, to be healthy, to be reasonably prosperous, and to be secure. They want to be good with family relationship, they want friends, they want peace of mind, and they hope that tomorrow is going to be even better than today. Now, I'm sure that there's got to be at least once in our life that we think about trying to be better at certain thing. Take me as an example. Since the first day of high school, I wanted to improve academically because I know that high school grades are very important for my future. So the first thing I did was I plan out everything. I plan out what I want to achieve, how much I want to achieve, and when will it be done. But what's more important was that I continuously affirmed to myself that I could do it. I can be the person I want to be, and I can achieve all my desired goals. This concept is known as who you are versus who you could be. I believe that growing up, we all have potential and capabilities to do whatever we want to do. It is all just about the mindset that would justify if you could do it or not. Most people give up on their dreams because it gets too hard. A lot of students quit chasing their dreams because of one failed test. Matter of fact, some of those students don't even try their best in the test that they take. So, why? Because in their mind, they've already failed the test. So if they stop believing in themselves, the belief is killed. And once the belief is killed, the dream is killed. According to Eli Amber, our thoughts shape who we are and who we will become, as well as influencing our physical well-being and our emotional state. Therefore, the first thing that we should do is to create our own goal mindset. That leads us to our first step today, visualization. Before anything else, I want you guys to ask yourself, what does the best version of yourself look like? Like I said in the previous slide, it is better to think and plan out your goals. Not your cars or your house, though. You should clarify what exactly are you working towards. So list them out. List out your plans. In the next few years, in the next few months, I want to achieve this, and that. Now, the next thing you should be thinking of, you should consider thinking, is that what brings you happiness? Life is nothing without happiness. So why should you continuously do something that does not give you happiness, right? Trying new hobbies can keep you from being stressed, can prevent you from being too focused on your goals. And this can also make you enjoy the process, the journey of becoming a better version of yourself better. The last thing is to compare your life right now to your best self. This can tell you how far you have come, it can compare how much you have improved and how far you have come and your progress overall. Now, to achieve a sustainable lifestyle change, first you have to set goals. And to actually achieve those goals, you have to build habits. This leads us to our second topic of today, goal setting. Now, goal setting is a very powerful technique enhancing productivity. In fact, setting objectives can increase our productivity by more than 11 to 25%. But actually working towards your goal can be difficult. One of the ways to help is vision board. Now, may I ask, does any one of you here go on Pinterest often here? Pretty often? Well, then you might be familiar with this vision board if you are on the side of the Pinterest. As you can see here, this is a collage of images representing your goals and dreams in a certain period of time. That is called vision board. Now, research has claimed that this can efficiently help you achieve your goals, and by increasing self-awareness and reflecting on what really matters to us. And as you can also see here, that it can help you visualize your future goals and what your future success looks like. How do we make use of our vision board? As we all know that electronic devices are the most commonly used items on our daily basis. You can by setting a vision board here as your lock screen or your wallpaper of your phone, it can remind us every time we unlock our phone that, okay, this is our goal in 2024. This is my goal where I have to accomplish in this time of the year. So we have to accomplish these goals within 2024. And research has also discovered that by constantly seeing yourself accomplishing the goals on this vision board, the brain will automatically see these goals as occurring as well. And that means that it can generate the real behaviors that is required for accomplishing the goals. Now that we've established the areas of life that we want to focus on, it's time for us to set specific goals to keep ourselves accountable. This is where I would like to introduce you to another alternative called SMART goals. The acronym stands for specific, which means who, what, when, where, why, be more specific with your goals. Measurable, create a criteria and keep track with your progress. Achievable, make mini goals along the way. Realistic, ask yourself, will you be able to accomplish this goal by this time period? And lastly, time-bound, set deadlines, because we all know that time limit is our only motivation to keep track of our time. Now, this tactic is very effective to students and other professionals because it motivates self-motivation. By setting the goals that are achievable, that are relevant and meaningful to them, students will learn to motivate themselves and work towards their goal. This can also be a really important life skill for them to have in the future. This QR code is available for anyone who is interested to read more thoroughly about this topic, about this tactic. Now that we have set goals, the most important step is habit formation. At the end of the day, how your life will look like is the consequences of the choices you make every day. According to Cambridge Dictionary, habit is something you do often and regularly, sometimes without even knowing you're doing. So by breaking old habits and building new ones, we may gradually change the way we live our lives in a sustainable way. And if there's one thing I've learned about lifestyle changes, I would say is to start small. One tiny step at a time. Choose a single habit you want to focus on. Make small changes every single day because smaller changes are easier to manage and maintain. Because our goal is to stack all these small steps of progress to eventually amount to a bigger change. And that way, we can build our habits strongly and effectively. Now that we've gone over habit formation, I would like to remind you guys about learning in general. I hope that this could at least remind you that to never stop learning, because look at successful humans in our planet here. For example, Bill Gates, Oprah, Steve Jobs, Mark Cuban, or Elon Musk, they are successful because they are lifetime learners. And they also use their time right. How did they use their time right? Because they use their time to acquire new skills every day. They use their time to learn something new every single day. Warren Buffett, one of the most wealthiest human on this planet, is famous for reading more than 5 hours a day. Bill Gates reads 1 book per week. Mark Cuban, 3 hours a day. Notice a common pattern here? Successful people never stop learning. So instead of using your time doing meaningless things, why don't you just use it to learn and acquire new skills and new knowledge every day? As a junior here, I can't believe that I'll be graduating next year. So remember that time flies faster than you think. So use it to embrace opportunity to learn and grow, whether through formal education, reading, or gaining new experiences. To wrap up the talk here, I want to leave some reminders for you guys when you are going through your self-growth journey. Firstly, slow progress is still progress. Just because it takes a long time doesn't mean that it's not happening. You may fall down on the road to success many times, but the most important thing is you get up, you get back up stronger and wiser than before. Create a mindset that will not allow you to give up on your dreams, because once you give up, you never see and you never know how great you can be. Secondly, self-talk really matters. If you can still remember from my second slide that I talked about how I tell myself and affirm to myself that I could do it and I can achieve all my desired goals, that is how self-talk really works. If you convince yourself that you can't accomplish this thing, if you can't do this, you can't do that, you're more likely to avoid trying. So begin by challenging yourself small tasks every day and prove to yourself that you can do and accomplish your goals. Lastly, you deserve to rest. While discipline is very essential in this journey, it is also important to listen to your body and take breaks as needed. Because remember, we want to see changes as an enjoyable journey, not a punishment. So one last question that I would like to ask you guys today before we end this fantastic event. Please raise your hands if you want to be rich and successful in the future. Okay, as far as I can see here, there are more than 70% of the people in this room who wants to be rich and successful in the future. But did you guys know that being successful is not about money? Instead, it is all about becoming the happiest, the healthiest, and the best version of yourself. Thank you.